Salut Romanian learners, welcome to Cases. If you made it here, you should know during this season topic, you should keep a bottle of palinka next to you. Just in case. Not to drink it necessarily, but just to have a good friend around. In case things get rather depressing. Cases are a mental topic in Romanian. I know. It is basically another way of thinking about what you're speaking. So not only that you have to learn Romanian words, but you have to learn different ways of thinking with Romanian words that you don't know. Yeah, kind of. But I'm here to help you in case your journey is difficult. As always, this video will be filled with examples, drawings, colors, explanations, to hopefully nail this bad boy home once and for all. Check out the time markers down in the description to find a specific topic and help this channel in the way you see fit, either by liking it, subscribing to it, or sharing it with other Romanian enthusiasts. And if you're interested in taking lessons, I can help you with that if you click on the links in the description, either by booking a Calendly meeting with me or going into the Discord community and finding me there. Okay, enough with the silly puns. Let's understand cases. If you got here and now we need to talk about cases, you know that your journey into Romanian is getting already quite deep. What I mean by that is you already got the basics, you have been able to speak a couple of times, or you have decided to try speaking in Romanian, and now you're getting a bit more into intermediate to advanced levels. So cases in Romanian and an introduction of it. This season will be about cases, going into the depth of it, and this is an overview really of Palinka. Ooh. And this is an overview of cases and an introduction for those who might have heard about it, them, because there are 5, and they want to know more. What is a case? Is the usage of a word in a sentence. And we will see exactly what that means in a second, but you know, just to get it out there right away, what is not a case is not an ending, an article, a question, a pronoun, and so on. Cases are not words or parts of words. They are more of an abstract idea that is related to the usage, the role, if you want, of a word in a sentence. I will add role here just so we have it out there. So we need to, in order to talk about a case, we need a sentence, we need words of a sentence, and we need to think about this usage or role. So I would say step 1, step 2, and step 3. Right. Then, cases can be assigned to some, let's keep this first part here. So cases can be assigned to some flexible types of words, such as nouns or pronouns. Why is that important? Because those are basically the nouns that we're talking, the words that we're talking about. Cases can be received from those above. So from nouns and pronouns, you can get to talk about adjectives, numbers, or articles that those are basically receiving the case from the noun. So if this noun, for example, is an accusative, this adjective will be an accusative as well. And some words can determine the case for others, so for other words. What I mean here is that prepositions, if they are a specific preposition, let's take for example din cauza,
So this one will give the case to the noun, well, or to the pronoun. Let's just do this, right? Same with la, same with în spatele. Those are all considered prepositions, and they determine the case for those pronouns if, for example, din cauza lui, la mine. You see that those pronouns, they change from one preposition to another. În spatele tău, and so on. So careful with that. Sometimes well, actually not sometimes. I would say all the times. The way it works is first you assign those cases to nouns and pronouns. Then other parts of the sentence like adjectives, numbers, and articles receive them. But also some words can, this is like, I wouldn't say an exception, but it's a bit not really related to 1 and 2. So other parts of the sentence can determine the case for the nouns or the pronouns. Then, very important, there are 5 cases. And we have here an example. And we can bring in basically everything that we talked about so far. Let's take it. We have a sentence, right? We have a sentence here. We have some words, boom. And we want to find the usage of those words, or the case of those words. I would say the way to think about it is in this order. So 1, 2, and 3. So you first look at the nouns, bum, bum, and bum. Then the pronouns. Then adjectives here, and articles. Well, luckily in Romanian the articles are kind of inside the nouns. And then the prepositions, here you have de pe, and it will get together to masă. Then, sorry, I forgot one pronoun, tu. Right? So those are the words that we will need to talk about. We're not talking about cases when we talk about verbs. So we ignore from this equation giving a case to a da. However, this is quite important because if you might know already, a da is a very important verb to determine the case, the dative case. So those words are pretty much all of them in different cases. Let's choose a different color for all of them. Let's choose the purple. This is vocative. Băiete. Yeah. It's that very direct way to address somebody. Then nominative. Tu. Tu ai dat. Tu is the subject. This is an. Then accusative. We have bani and de pe masă. This is all about context. And then we have some genitive, which is literally the possessor of the money. And let's find one for dative. Red, which is dative, to him or to her, this I here. So it's basically the direction, yeah, it's the receiver of an action. That's literally all dative is. So băiete is in, as I said, it's in vocative. It's addressing somebody directly. Address something directly. Okay, so it's like hey boy, or like oi boy. Yeah. Then dative, it's all about the receiver. I said the destination. I would say the receiver of the action of the verb, basically. In this situation of ada, we give to him or to her. Then the nominative, it's basically subjects, and yeah, let's write here subject. So the subject of action, so the one who does this, to give, you gave, yeah. So I think that's quite clear. It's the easiest also. The accusative, it's all about context. Direct objects, indirect objects, words, so this is the direct object here, the bunny. But here when we talk about context, about the pe masă, it's all about location. So accusative is context. And then finally genitive, which is always the possessor of an object. So you see here the object is bunny, May is my, so I guess that's pretty much it. Genitive is also quite an easy case to understand. Cool. One very important note here, the vocative is, or vocative, whatever, doesn't really matter how you pronounce it. The vocative is more commonly used nowadays in the countryside. It is at least impolite to address someone you don't know with the vocative. So you don't really use this. It's literally, addressing somebody in vocative is literally the opposite of addressing somebody formally. So you either use it because you know them, you are older than them, or you disrespect them. It's literally like that. So let's look now at a very interesting example here. We had băiete in vocative before. Now let's look at it in completely different situations, i.e. cases. So the 5 cases that we're talking about are, as I said, this one here was the vocative. Okay, so let's see if you have understood a little bit about the idea before. Would you be able to tell me which sentence from down here has the word boy in any of the other cases? Pause the video now and think about it. Okay, so it's quite easy, right? If you understood this idea here in underneath the word, you saw that the role in the sentence is basically what says here. So if the vocative was addressing directly somebody, the dative is receiver of the action. So where do you see that the word boy receives something? Here I see a typo. So where do you see the word boy receiving something? Băiatul acela știe să înoate, receives the swimming, I don't think so. Pantalonii băiatului sunt albaștri, the receiver of to be, I don't think so. Andrei s-a dus la joacă împreună cu băieții mei. S-a dus, receiver of to go, I don't think so. So ce pachetele le-ai pus băieților? Well, this can literally mean the things that parents prepare for the kids in the morning when they go to school. You put for or to the boys. So the put is the action here, and for or to the boys. You put to the boys. This is the way it works here. Băieților, you see it's in dative. Nominative, subject. Where do you see the word boy behaving as the one who does the action? Băiatul acela știe să înoate. Băiatul știe. Who knows how to swim? The boy. The boy knows. So this is nominative, is the one who does the action of knowing. Then accusative, it's all about the context, direct objects, indirect objects, locations, modality, time, all of this. With somebody, preposition, like the different prepositions in accusative, like la, pe, cu, all of those are in this context accusative area. So, where do we see it happening here? Pantalonii băiatului sunt albaștri. The trousers of the boy are blue. No, it doesn't really look like it. Andrei s-a dus la joacă împreună cu băieții mei. How did he go to play together with my boys? Cu băieții, with the boys. Yeah, so how with the boys. This is based on context. It describes a bit, it gives you a bit more of an idea about what's happening in that sentence. Accusative, straight away. And then finally we're left off with genitive, which it's probably one of the easiest cases. Pantalonii băiatului. Whose trousers are there? Who is the possessor of the trousers? The boy. That's genitive. Boom. And you see băiatului, băieților. You see that băiete here as well. If you didn't see the season 2 about nouns, you should check it out now and see the differences between the different cases and how a word changes its form, how a noun changes its form in the different cases based on the different articles. Then, why is it important to know about those cases? Well, look at the example above. You have this one word put in so many different situations. So if that doesn't convince you, basically, what I want to say is because the words change forms and or positions based on articles. So if you had in English, let's translate the first one. Băiatul acela știe să înoate. That boy knows how to swim. Or let's make it even easier. The boy knows how to swim. This will still be in nominative. And then the boy's trousers are blue. So here, if in English you had the boy knows how to swim and the boy's trousers are blue, both times the word the boy is at the beginning. So in many people's minds it would be the same, right? They would have the same role in one sentence, but it doesn't in Romanian. You have genitive in the second, nominative in the first. And that can change a lot. For example, in English you have this apostrophe S. You might think that, oh, we have in Romanian the same. You just put an apostrophe or like, I don't know, an easy fix or nothing, and then that's it, problem solved. Well, it's not really that easy because you not only change the order, but you need to put this genitive dative article at the end. So you need to put a lui. And also, I would say in addition to this, not only it's important because you need to know how to say it correctly, but it really makes a difference between a basic learner and an advanced learner to use correctly the cases. Right, there is actually very interesting idea here that you need to watch out, and it is literally the opposite of this. So, you know, you should learn. My opinion is you should learn cases. Sorry, you should learn cases. However, in some regions of Romania, here it's mentioned. In some regions of Romania, specifically Transylvania and a few others, they start to use la instead of the dative. So if we look at the example here with ce pachetele le-ai pus băieților, you just replace. It's basically what happened in many other Latin languages. As you might know, Romanian kept the cases from the old Latin, while the other Latin languages removed them. And this is basically what has happened in the other languages and hasn't happened in Romanian, but this is a way that people think about it. So here, what does that mean is that ce pachetele le-ai pus băieților can become ce pachetele le-ai pus la băieți. Right? So you're not only removing the dative article, but you also remove the dative pronoun here, the indirect object. My opinion about this is that this is, I suppose, a natural way for the language to move, because dative, it is a very interesting case, but you know, if you see all other four Latin languages change to a to instead of a to added as an article, then I guess it makes sense in Romanian too. However, if you want to know Romanian and understand the older, or you know, the proper Romanian, you should know the dative. This is just a shortcut, I would say, to learn quickly how to speak in Romanian without sounding too foreign, but you should know dative. Like there's no other way. If you want to become fluent, or if you want to have like an advanced conversational level, you need to know dative. Then, so this is basically that sentence from above, right? So, ce pachetele le-ai pus băieților becomes ce pachetele le-ai pus. You can say le-ai pus la băieți, băieți, like this. This would be like a hybrid in-between version, but many people just say ai pus la băieți. Again, I don't have, it's neither wrong, not right, in my opinion. It's just, we'll see how this will behave in the future. At the moment, as I said, it's a shortcut. It's definitely a shortcut, and if you want a need to learn Romanian quickly, you can learn this instead of dative. Learn how to use la, and put la wherever you know or you're advised to put dative. Finally, here we have an ABCD. It's how I would recommend people to learn about cases, and that is in you have here an alphabetical order, right? So let's take the sentence. Anca dă bomboane copiilor Danielei. You have A, B, C, and D. If you remember this phrase, you might be able to tell which one is in which case. Anca dă. So Anca gives. Anca does the action. Anca is in nominative. What does she give? Candies. It's an object. It's accusative. Let's keep the colors from the beginning. To whom does she give candies to the kids? That would be the receiver, which is in dative. Whose kids? Daniela's. So that would be genitive. So you can remember this A, B, C, D. Yeah, so Anca dă bomboane copiilor Danielei. Anca gives candies to Daniela's children, as A corresponding to nominative, B corresponding to accusative, C corresponding to dative, and D corresponding to genitive. So this is just a way to remind yourself how to use cases, or if you need a quick reminder into the details of it, like maybe how to ask questions. This could be a very easy way to try to remind yourself, to memorize, and then to just figure it out from there, basically how to use the cases and which ones they are. Right, so that's about it with this introduction to cases. What I would suggest you remember is this 1, 2, 3. So you need a sentence, you need a word, you need to find out the usage of that word in the sentence. This is how you think about cases. There are not some random things at the end, or like some parts of the sentence. They are an abstract idea. Then which ones they are, right? The 5 of them, and how you basically can determine the case based on the words, the questions, prepositions, and so on. How to use one word in all 5 cases: vocative, nominative, genitive, accusative, dative. Why is it important to know them? Because you can speak proper Romanian, or, as I said, if you want, you can have the shortcut and you can use la for dative. You could potentially use de for genitive if you really want, but that one sounds a bit more broken. This one sounds kind of natural in a way. And then if you want to know or remember how to use and which ones are the case, or any little detail, maybe you could remember this ABCD: Anca dă bomboane copiilor Danielei. That's about it with cases. We'll get in deeply into cases in the coming videos of this season, but until then, this is all you should really know.
Okay, guys, I hope you didn't need to drink too much palinka. I definitely have. This is all about cases. This is, as I said at the beginning, a slightly more advanced topic. Please tell me if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, like it, subscribe it, give me some feedback to know how to improve this. We will cover in all detail cases in Romanian, because I know this is a tricky topic. So don't worry about it. We'll have you covered in the season. Other than that, please check out the links in the description as well for Calendly and Discord. And I guess that's it. Until the next one, la revedere!